Guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for joining me. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. With that, we'll be done from Providence. Woo!
All right.
I'm Eric Bars.
Me too.
I play bass guitar.
I'm Jay. I sing in the band.
Kurt, I play guitar. I'm Chris, I play guitar. I'm Bob, percussionist.
He's also a builder.
Yeah, Bobby's the builder. Yeah.
All right. Here at the record release,
Yeah.
sigh of relief for you all tomorrow. Big day.
Big day.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and piss fucking excellence. just like golden light and just, shit like that.
Sight.
You got a job interview or something?
Definitely. Definitely a big
This
week.
guy makes it
golden
bad.
shower.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I think it's definitely cool that we've got a lot going on right now, and definitely cool that it's finally like coming to fruition. You know, so 12 years
Lengthy
in the
process.
making. 12 years in the making, actually. It's 12 long years. Eric's been part of it for like 8, and it's crazy. It's a crazy time. So I'm stoked.
I've been in for 6.5.
Eric's 8, but Bob's 6.5.
That's that penis size you get.
Still impressive. Still impressive. I'm Portuguese, I'm sorry.
Why?
Talk about the name of the album, when it came about into the writing process.
Well, the name of the record is Was and Is to Come, which basically it's from a lyric in the song Cast the Crown, which is the second track on the record. We were kind of trying to figure out what we were going to call the record. We didn't know, what we were going to do. And we kind of were flipping through some possible ideas for album art, and we came across the album art first, and that's what we stumbled upon first, which was the Archangel. And then it was like a couple days later, I was actually in the bathroom taking a dump, and I was talking to Andrew Gargano on the phone, and I said, "Yo, what do you think of this? Was and Is to Come?" And he kind of liked it, but he wasn't sure. And he's like, "I think so, bro. That works." And then I threw it at these guys, and they were into it. So, but yeah, it's a shortened version of Was and Is to Come. So there you go.
Nice. Working with Jamie, Zeus. A little bit of pressure there, correct?
It just makes you want to strive harder to do well and not disappoint either one of them. So, Zeus is a great dude. He's an awesome producer. Jamie's the man. Definitely helping us out.
It's definitely cool to have two people who've they've been there, kind of working through the ranks, doing their own thing, like day in and day out, kind of like building up what they have now. You know what I mean? On their own like DIY ethics, and then building up their empires. So it's kind of cool that they're going to bat for us. It's really cool. A lot of pressure though.
That's right.
In the pocket.
In the pocket.
What part of the writing process was the most stressful?
Wow. The drums.
Drums were off.
Tools.
I think once we were in. You can edit that. I think once we were in the studio, and we were kind of going through all the old stuff, because a lot of it's a collection of like old recordings, like old songs. Well, not old recordings, but old songs that we had like kind of gone through with Zeus and with Jamie, kind of figuring out what was going to be good for the first record. I mean, we're not reinventing the wheel, but we're kind of taking what we've been doing for like the past 10 years and putting it out there, and it's just a variety of influences. So I think when we're writing a couple more songs to round out the album, I think that's kind of what it really challenged us. So it was cool.
You guys learned a lot from them.
Yeah, just the whole experience with working with them and whatnot, just better musicians, and pretty much a better understanding of how the biz works.
I think we kind of figured out like what parts were kind of arbitrary, what parts we need to omit, and just kind of like trim the fat, so to speak. How about you, Bob? Did you learn anything?
I learned the name of my kick drum, bass drum. Zeus was really cool. I mean, he kind of I pretty much played the way I normally would play, other than taking out a couple things here and there that drummers just habitually do. I didn't really feel a lot of pressure from him. Normally, I'm really nervous to play in the studio, but it wasn't that bad at all. I mean, one of my less stressful times, I think, in the studio, just because it just seemed very natural, comfortable. I know it sounds cliche, but pretty much it.
Yeah.
How'd you guys record in the studio? Live? Did you guys do it track by track?
What we did is I played to a click. Rob played guitar to the click, So he did. Zeus also made, you know, guitars on time as well. So I can play the song over and over and over again, so guitarists wouldn't have to keep playing. And I would do like 2 takes each song, whatever. And then, you know, and then then next was what? After me.
Bass, then guitars, and then vocals.
Yeah, we were kind of. It was kind of crazy because we were doing bits and pieces at certain points because we're still there's no label at the time. So Zeus and Jamie basically wanted to do a record for us, and so we had to go to the studio between work schedules and like personal schedules. So we were like driving like 2.5 hours, recording until like 4 or 5 in the morning, sleeping, and then waking up like 2 hours later going to work. So it was pretty crazy. Yeah. Some off-camera like craziness going on.
Plus I was sick one of the days.
Sorry. Yeah, Bob was sick, but he's a trooper. He like banged out like 4 or 5 tunes, like deathly ill. So.
And I was like, man, I was just hoping 2. Zeus was like, nah, man, you were doing 4 regardless. I was like, oh man.
You guys had Jesse perform on the album. Talk about that.
Oh man.
How that came about.
Jesse Lynch is like a great friend of ours. Like we've known him for years. There's actually some funny stuff. Like Jesse and I met each other a long time ago. Met each other, and we just kind of built this friendship over a lot of things. I know these guys. Yeah, they're not talking to me. But I know these are the new guys.
I got nothing to say to you.
But working with Jesse, I think was pretty amazing. Good friend of ours who really supports what we're doing and definitely how we're going about it. You know, we're not trying to be anything other than who we are, and that's it. He respects that. So it was really cool working with him, coming down, doing some stuff, and preserving the sacred. It's one of my faves on the record. So track 7.
3 songs that best describe the album.
I want to let these guys answer that. 'Cause these guys, these are the newest members of the band. It's Kurt, it's Chris. I mean, the guitar players that are willing to make that sacrifice. So I appreciate that. So I want you guys.
He moved down yesterday, and he's now living in our practice space. That's how diesel this cat is. Raging.
He was driving 7 hours round trip to rehearse and try out.
New Hampshire, represent.
Yeah, 603.
The NH.
Right. But yeah, what songs do you think best describe the album? Like, sum it up.
The Voice Divides. It's got everything that the band's about. It's got, you know, the fucking heavy, just hard driving, you know, like rhythm parts and verse parts, and then it's got the solo, and it just pretty much sums up all like what we're doing, and yeah.
Fucking good time.
Okay, that's one song.
Like in the name of,
3.
like in the name of for me.
In the name of?
Yeah, because like when I first started actually seeing these guys before I was even in the band, and it was like that was the one song I always remembered, like before I actually even heard any of the audio or knew by heart any of the audio. I was like that one song that really stood out.